I told my parents I won't change my name because of their sick regret. When I turned 18, I legally changed my name to Raven. My birth certificate used to read Daniel Rose Thompson, named after my twin brother who died when we were 4 months old. Danny and I were born together, but I was supposed to be a boy too. When the ultrasound showed twins, my parents prepared for 2 sons. They painted the nursery blue, bought matching baseball outfits, planned our future as the Thompson boys. Then I came out a girl. Danny died of heart failure at 4 months. I survived, but my parents couldn't accept they'd lost their son and kept their daughter, so they made me into him. They legally named me Daniel, called me Danny, and raised me as the boy they wanted. Short hair, boy clothes, boy toys, boy expectations. Danny would have loved baseball, my father would say, forcing me into Little League. My mother would dress me in Danny's baby clothes that never got worn. "You're my little boy," she'd whisper, even when I begged for a dress. At school, teachers would correct me when I said I was a girl. "Your parents enrolled you as Daniel. You're confused, sweetie." I lived in my dead brother's identity for 18 years. Every mirror showed me the wrong person. When I hit puberty, my parents panicked. "Danny's just going through a phase," my mother would tell doctors. They put me on hormone blockers to stop my development, to keep me looking like the son they lost. When I was 16, I found my original birth certificate hidden in their closet. It listed me as Baby Girl Thompson before they changed it. Danny's death certificate was right next to it. That's when I realized I'd been living as a ghost. I chose Raven because it represented death and rebirth, the death of their fake son, the birth of their real daughter. When I told them about the name change, my father exploded. "You can't kill Danny! Danny's been dead for 18 years, Dad. I'm not him." My mother started hyperventilating. "You're our son. You're all we have left of Danny. I'm your daughter. I always was." "No!" she screamed. "Danny survived. You're Danny. Look at me, Mom. Really look at me." She closed her eyes. "I see my son." After the name change was approved, they went insane. My mother burned all my girl clothes I'd secretly bought. "Danny doesn't wear dresses," she said, watching them melt. My father threw out my makeup, my jewelry, anything feminine. They scheduled appointments with conversion therapists. Last week, I got accepted to college with a full scholarship. The acceptance letter was addressed to Raven Thompson. When I showed them, my father tore it up. "Danny Thompson doesn't exist," he said. "Exactly," I replied. "He never did." That's when they called the whole family over. My grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins filled our living room. My grandmother was sobbing. "We can't lose Danny again. You lost Danny 18 years ago," I said. "I'm Raven." My uncle stood up. "This is mental illness. Danny's having a breakdown. Danny's having a breakthrough," I corrected. My mother grabbed my shoulders. "You're my son, my baby boy who survived. Your baby boy died, Mom. Your daughter lived." "No," she screamed. "I lost one child. I won't lose another." "You never lost me," I said. "You just never let me exist." My father's voice was broken. "If you're not Danny, then Danny's really gone." "Yes," I whispered. "He is." The room went silent. "But I'm here," I continued. "I've always been here." My aunt shook her head. "This is ridiculous. You can't just change who you are." "I'm not changing who I am," I said, standing up. "I'm finally being who I am." I walked to my room and came back wearing a dress. My mother gasped. "Take that off. Danny doesn't do anything," I interrupted, "because Danny's dead." I held up my college acceptance letter, taped back together. "This is addressed to Raven Thompson, your daughter, the child who actually survived." My father was staring at me like he was seeing me for the first time. "You look just like your mother did at 18, he whispered. "Because I'm a girl, Dad. I always was." My mother collapsed into a chair. "I made you into him," she said quietly. "I forced you to be Danny because I couldn't let him go." "I know," I said, "but I'm letting him go now." I opened the door. Danny Thompson died as a baby. Raven Thompson is going to college. My father looked up with tears in his eyes. "Can you forgive us?" "I can't, little daddy," I said.